Hi guys, my name is Arya Sonik and I am a student of psychology, but I'm also a student of Ayurveda. And today I'm making this video to share with you how to lose weight and what is stopping you from losing it in the first place. Let's start. I know a lot of us struggle with weight, and for some of us it fluctuates. For some of us, we acquired it at some point and then it never really left. A lot of others tend to find it hard to gain weight. Now, why is that? Let's start with the most basic thing. We all have different body types. If I gave you and me the same diet, the same regimen of exercise, and the same environment, even then our bodies would never look completely the same. Why is that? Well, genetics, metabolism, how you process the world around you, stress levels, bone structure, and then again, there's so many other biochemical differences in males and females. So there's so much to consider when we're considering weighing ourselves. So weight is not just what you see on the weighing scale. Sometimes the weight could be fat, but other times it could be water retention. Sometimes it could just be hormonal fluctuations, and other times it's actually you not having been to the bathroom enough times. So let's focus on the word weight, right? Like I mentioned, your weight could be anything. It could be visceral fat, it could be internal fat, sometimes it could even be your organs weighing differently. A lot of skinny people who experience weight fluctuations or usually always weigh higher on the scale, it's probably just how hollow or strong or tall their bones are, right? So, weight is not the best parameter to calculate health at all. So, for females, I think it's an obvious known fact that not enough research is done about the female body, not enough research is done on the functions of female body and what impairs or betters those functions, right? But as someone with a female body, as someone who's spoken to so many females, and on the basis of emergent new discoveries, the major thing that causes weight retention in females is stress. When I say stress, it's not just, oh, I don't look pretty, oh, I think I'm fat. No, it's also deep lying internal, subconscious, repressed emotions. Your anger is making you fat. Your sadness is making you fat. Your undealt with grief is making you fat. And then again, I'm not saying this because you're fat. I'm only saying what you're thinking. For all I know, you could be in the best shape of your life. But it is also the recurring beliefs that I won't be able to lose weight. This is not meant for me. I will never be this skinny body type. These beliefs are also giving your body the signals to hold on to the fat, to hold on to your weight, right? Because for females, gaining weight has always been a sign of insecurity. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but most North Indian women in India and in other parts of the world, women from colder regions genetically tend to gain more weight. Why is that? It's a protective mechanism to help you regulate yourself to the cold, to help you live in that environment. Since colder regions have lesser sources of healthy fats, healthy foods, your body stores these fats in order to survive in case you don't find food. Well, that's not the lives that we live, right? We live very convenient lives in our ACs and our cars, and sometimes our rickshaws and sometimes our fans. I know not everyone might have or avail these services. So, then what is it that's causing us stress in our urban lives, in our current lives, right? It is money, it is competition, it is overstimulation, it is the self belief that I will never be good enough. Maybe you felt this when you were a child. Maybe you felt this when you began your career. Maybe you felt this during your exams in school. But somewhere or the other, you have the belief that I will never be good enough or I will never be loved enough. And so your body holds on to the fat as a protective, as a reparative mechanism. So then, how is it that you lose weight, right? Because cardio is not going to get rid of your self belief, and dieting is only going to cause more stress to your body. And fasting is something only men can use to lose weight. So, what do women do? Here's what you do, is what I would do if I wanted to lose the weight. So, first of all, never ever skip breakfast, no matter what. Have something warm, have something light, have something salty and savory, not sweet. Save sweet for after you've already had something. Don't have sweet first thing, right? Secondly, get protein. Dal, paneer, soya bean. Although soya bean is not the best source. Beetroot, carrot, these are great things to have cooked but not blended. So they're great as cooked or boiled as a salad, grated into something, but not blended, because blending them into a juice takes the fiber content away. And that's what binds with the sugars and the proteins inside of the fruit and the vegetable, right? So that is one good option. Never ever skip breakfast. Secondly, you can multitask throughout the day whenever you want. You can brush your teeth and watch reels. You can watch TV and read at the same time. I mean, not that I'm promoting these activities. Do not multitask. But the one time to not multitask at all is when you are eating. Because when you're eating, your attention should only be on number one, the fact that you know what you're eating, and number two, that you're chewing it enough. Anything you have, be it something crunchy, be it something noodly, be it something dry, be it something mushy, it has to be a paste when you swallow it. Okay? It has to basically become a semi-liquid right before you swallow. And that is when you know you have eaten something. What this is going to do is it's going to bring your attention back to the food, number one, obviously. Number two, you're going to be so aware of what you're eating, you're going to actually realize that most of your meals are pretty nutritious. So then, why not losing the weight? The realization. And lastly, chewing your food is going to give your body the sensation of, I have eaten food and I have eaten enough, right? The more you are aware of what you are eating, the less hungry you are going to feel during your meal, and the less bingy you are going to be after your meal. So I'm not saying count your meals, I'm not saying record what you're eating, but I'm saying when you're eating, you're only eating. And third, and the last thing that I would suggest to every female ever is walk. Walk after your meals. Walking is boring. Do calf raises, do squats, do a chore around the house. Wash your bartan, do your laundry, clean that shelf on top so that your calves really get activated. Because activating your legs, particularly the back, your calves, is activating one of the best glucose receptors in the body, which is going to decrease your glucose spike so much. And these are just some basic things that I would suggest for you to do. So I have an announcement in the end, and be patient and wait for that, because I think you might want to hear it. This video was just generic advice about what one should do to lose weight, specifically females, what you should do to lose weight, what accumulates it, and why you're not losing it, right? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment what you liked about it and what is something that you are going to start doing right now. I'm helping every female who wants to lose weight, who wants to be more toned, who wants to feel more active, who even wants to balance her hormones, needs help with hair fall, any and everything ever, to change her life by creating her personal routine. From the moment you wake up to the moment you sleep, you and I are going to sit down together and curate the perfect routine for you. And If you're interested in the personal routine development program, comment PDR and I'll contact you. Bye.